Hey, welcome back to the channel. So, out testing a new lens today. Kind of testing the autofocus here. I can tell that the sunglasses are kind of tripping. I don't know if it's the camera or the lens. It's tripping one of them up because my box is going crazy on the screen. But we're just going to do a quick little rant and on this Friday afternoon. I don't know how many of you guys out there are Star Wars fans, but I'm a Star Wars fan from way back. Now, what I mean by Star Wars fans is the three first films and the second three films. I'm not getting into all the cartoons and reading all the books, and there's some die-hard Star Wars fans out there in the world, and like cosplay and all that stuff. I'm not getting that far into it, but I'm talking about just the original three films, maybe the second three films. The last three, yeah, they're okay, but they were fine, But recently, any kind of Star Wars content that's come out has just been absolutely terrible, in my opinion. I wish that Disney would stop making Star Wars content. Just stop making it. Just be done with it. Either sell it or just be done with it. It's obvious that Disney does not embrace old George Lucas Star Wars. They don't embrace that at all. Like, you go into Galaxy's Edge in the parks, and there's no mention of the original Star Wars trilogy that I know of. There may be some here and there or whatever. They're probably trying to sell merchandise from one of those three films, but the rides don't have anything to do with it. Anything that they come out with new in the parks all revolve around the whatever they come out on Disney Plus or whatever the last three films were since they bought Disney. So in the parks, they just totally ignore old Star Wars, if you will. And then the content the content they have coming out, I mean, say what you might, some of it's been decently entertaining and okay, but Disney does not want to make Star Wars content that old Star Wars fans want to watch at all. So I don't know what they're thinking. I mean, obviously they're just trying to attract new people into Star Wars, but at the same time they're alienating all their old fans so fast that, and then I don't know if younger generation has any interest in any of this new Star Wars stuff. I couldn't imagine that they're attracting many new fans at all. And I just think at this point they're incapable of making anything that an old Star Wars fan would enjoy. So then you get, the audience score is just terrible for all the new content. Nobody likes it. And then they get defensive. Disney gets all defensive and tells all the Star Wars fans that they all suck. And then, being an actor of one of these things has just got to be absolutely terrible, because no matter what, you can't make the old Star Wars fans happy, because Disney doesn't want to make what the old Star Wars fans want to watch. So, it's a no-win situation for everybody involved. And I just can't believe that Disney, one, is disregarding old Star Wars the way they do, just playing it off, or ignoring old Star Wars like they do. And number two, I just can't believe that it's being very successful for them. I can't believe that they're making any kind of money off of Star Wars content. They probably making a ton of money off little dolls and stuff like that, but I mean, you look online, you look like it. If you look online, like on YouTube, and look up like World Class Bullshitters, he does funny content. and he goes to all these different toy stores and looks at Star Wars merchandise, and it just piled up high. That nobody's buying the stuff. Nobody's buying it because I just don't think that anything that Disney's doing is popular with the kids these days. I may be wrong. I may be completely wrong, but I just don't think so. I wish they would sell it to, like, I mean, to be honest with you, like Universal, because like Universal does Fast and the Furious. They know how to make a badass movie. They can make Star Wars badass again. Star Wars right now, for the past few years, it hasn't been badass. It's just been weak. And then on top of all that, let's just talk about the Force real fast. You know, the Force in the first 3 films, or the Force in the old Star Wars, like, George Lucas made it almost believable. Like, you could almost believe that somebody could do that stuff. Like, a person could have Force powers, you know? Like, it was kind of believable. Like, oh, I can think real hard and move this object, or I can do this little thing with the Force, or whatever. Now the Force is just all-encompassing magic. It just whatever anybody needs to make the story a little bit more compelling, let's just have the Force do it. You know, Princess Leia gets blown out of a ship. All of a sudden, she comes back to life and Force flies, Mary Poppins style, back into the ship and is somehow saved. No, that's not the Force. You come out with the Acolyte. All of a sudden, they are doing ninja fighting like the Matrix. Like, what is going on here? Like, where did that come from? And the Acolyte is before the Star Wars Episode 1. So, somewhere between there and there, ninja fighting like the Matrix style went out of business, went out of play. It's just ridiculous. The stories, they don't have any cohesiveness. There's no, I mean, it's just bad, you know. But wish Star Wars. This is kind of a crazy rant. I know I don't ever talk about stuff like this, but I was just driving around today and was like, you know what? I watched Acolyte last night, and it was episode 4, and I was like, man, this is bad. This is bad. And then you get online, and you see all these critics just blowing it apart, and you know, it's just bad. And I want it to be good. I want it to be good. I want to like it. I wish Disney would sell it, so, or make something decent. Anyway, crazy video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.